Hey everyone, welcome to our 2018 virtual vision board party. My name is Lauren Kaliski. I am here with a bunch of awesome friends and my girl Emma. You want to say hi, Emma?
Hello, hello. I'm here with Ashton, my 18-month-old, who's going to be joining us as well and probably does vision board since she's 1 years old.
I love her. Well, I'm so glad that you guys are all here because this is going to be a lot of fun and hopefully help you gain some clarity as we roll into 2018. I know just like before we dive into this a little bit, I want to share kind of like my story with vision boards and when I started doing this and what changes I've seen since. It was actually, I can't remember if this is my fourth or my fifth vision board that I've made, like at the beginning of a year. And I started doing this when I became a coach, kind of just to get clarity on what it was I wanted to do with my coaching business. But when I do a vision board, it's not just about business, it's about all areas of life because they're really all connected. It's all just life, whether it's business or personal. You know, sometimes we like to separate the two, but in my opinion, it's all life. And it's really just made a huge difference. At first, I thought it was like a little bit woo-woo. I didn't really understand what it was all about. I think the first time I heard about vision boards, and maybe type in the chat box and let me know when you were first introduced to vision boards, but when I read and watched the documentary The Secret, the law of attraction was introduced to me. And that was one of the first times that I had really seen the power of vision boards and what it had done for other people. And I decided, okay, if this has worked for somebody else, maybe I should be a little bit more open-minded and give it a try. And lo and behold, it really has made a world of difference in every area of my life. And I want to share one of my older vision boards to kind of show you how this has come into fruition. I think it's awesome to look back on these old boards. So you're going to make this today. It's going to be something that you have forever. And, you'll be able to kind of reflect on 2018 and also what I've noticed is that every year when I come back to this vision board, my vision has always evolved. It's always changed. You're going to constantly be growing and changing. And it's really important to kind of take a step back and reflect so that you can either keep going in the same direction that you're going if it's working well for you, or change directions if it's not. But if you don't really have a vision, you're kind of just floundering through life and not really being intentional about what steps you want to take to make whatever changes happen. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. And then I know Emma will share a little bit about her experience with vision boards. Okay, hold on one second. Let me get this up. Where is it? So I actually posted this on social media in 2014. So this is my 2014 vision board. And so everything that's on your vision board this year may not happen in a calendar year, but it's really powerful to look back on these boards over time and see, wow, I really have accomplished a lot of these things. And I think that there is a lot of power in sharing something like this publicly because it resonates with the universe and says like, I'm serious about what I want to create. And it changes your frequency and your vibe when you really can get beyond limiting beliefs and visualize this being your life. It one day will. So this is the vision board I created back in 2014. What is that like? Well, this is September of 2014, so 3-ish years ago. And I just want to kind of share what's happened since then in my life. So the first one is my dream car, this black, it's a Yukon Denali. And while I don't have a Yukon Denali, I did buy a black 4Runner this year, and it's pretty awesome. So we'll count that as a win, right? I didn't go to Australia, but I was able to travel all over Southeast Asia last winter. I was actually in Vietnam this time last year with Michelle, who's on the call tonight. So it's just crazy. I mean, Australia, I didn't get to check off my bucket list yet, but I checked off all these other places. I never thought I'd spend a month in Ho Chi Minh City, but I did. And it was challenging and amazing all at the same time. I'm sure Michelle can relate. And yeah, so then this cabin or house in the woods, I've always dreamed of like living on a little lake in the woods, and I don't live on a lake, but I can see a lake. I'm definitely in the woods. I'm living in my dream home today. Now, the only thing that can make it better is if I owned it, and someday I will. Up here in the top, I wanted to get yoga certified back in 2014, and I actually went and did that in 2015. I got yoga certified in Costa Rica. These two pictures right here are both of travel trailers. So this is like, the outside of a travel trailer, and this is the inside of a refurbished one. And this is before I bought the Wanderlust bus. So I guess my vision didn't come into fruition in the form of an Airstream, but instead we got a 1973 VW bus, and it's really awesome, and we've traveled all around in it. This up here is just having a dream kitchen because I like to cook, and like when I started my health and fitness journey, Emma remembers the kitchen that I used to cook in, but it was literally the size of a closet. I had to light the stove with a lighter. It was like a propane stove, and I risked blowing myself up every single time. I didn't have a dishwasher. I was the dishwasher, and I hate doing dishes. So just like upgrading my kitchen and my lifestyle was on my vision board back in 2014. Today I am living that vision, and it's just really powerful when I look back and see, wow, it might take longer than a year, it might take 2 years, it might take 3 years, but you really can make this stuff your reality when you're intentional about it, and you get clear on what it is that you want to create and where you want to go. Emma, you want to share your experience with vision boards?
Yes, as much as she'll want to talk, because she'll probably want to talk over me. But so I started with vision boards back in 2014, and I'll make this short and sweet, but I will say for me, my vision boards have gone as planned, but maybe not how I thought that they would. So I think also being aware of what you put out in the universe, just expect it to happen eventually, whether it's what you think is going to happen in your mind or what the universe has planned for you. But I'm gonna stop sharing now because she's just talking over me.
Oh, I love it. But this is our life. Like, we work from home and we roll with the punches, and sometimes we've got, cranky children, and we're still able to roll with it. So, thanks, Emma. And it's true. So I think what Emma was trying to say is sometimes your vision doesn't work out exactly the way you thought it was going to be, and similar things can come to fruition in different ways. And you have to be kind of open-minded and willing and flexible and willing to adapt and change, because life doesn't really work according to our plans. It's nice to make them. I think it kind of gives us a sense of comfort and direction, but at the end of the day, the universe kind of has its own plan for us, right? Speaking of the universe, we are going to be giving away the Universe Has Your Back deck at the end of this call. So stay on till the end of the call, and we'll be doing a live giveaway afterwards just for getting on. Emma and I both pull cards pretty much every morning that I have my deck at least. And it's a great way to kind of an affirmation for your day, and somehow you always pull exactly what you need to hear. I meant to have my deck here so that I could pull a card for you guys, but I don't, so that's okay. Let's keep this party rolling, and then we're going to get into the good stuff. So I want you guys to grab your pen and paper. The new year is a fresh slate. You've got, I guess now, 363 fresh days in front of you. So just remember, that same excitement and energy you have when it comes into January, channel that every single day, because every single day is a new day, a fresh start, a blank slate. And I think it's also obviously a really great time to do this brain dump, to gain clarity, and to make a new vision board that kind of aligns with where you want to go, as maybe you changed in 2017 and your direction is going to be a little bit different this year. So we're going to do a brain dump. This is a really great way to kind of just get out everything. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be you're going to edit this and revise it and tweak it as we go. But you want to just kind of get everything out of this space and onto paper so that you can work with it from there. So I want you to brain dump in 4 different kind of categories. We're going to focus on these categories, and you might need to adapt them a little bit to your life situation or whatnot. So the first category that we are going to brain dump basically all of our goals and our intentions. What is our intention in this category of life? So the first category would be personal development and personal growth, whatever you want to call it, but just working on yourself and becoming a better version of yourself every single day, because trust me, it's not just going to happen unless you're intentional about it. You'll kind of like just stay really stagnant. And like Tony Robbins says, if you're not growing, you're dying. So it's really important to constantly be in a phase and a chapter of growth. You're never going to know it all. Adopt a beginner's mindset and be committed to your personal growth. So where do you want to grow? What areas do you want to work on this year? And I'm going to go over all the categories, and then I'll give you guys like 5 to 10 minutes to actually go through this. Okay. So just write down personal development, personal growth. And I'll be sharing my goals in these categories as well. The second category is love or relationships. And this could go beyond just like your most intimate relationships. This could go into relationships with your friends, with your family, whatever type of relationships you want to work on. Maybe it also includes some love. Maybe it includes the love you want to give out into the world, regardless of whether there's a relationship there. You catch my vibe? The third category would be like business or professional. Like if you don't have a business, what are your professional goals? What do you want to achieve this year? If you have a business, what are your business goals? Where are you going? What kind of impact are you going to create in 2018? Who are you going to touch with your business or in your profession? And then the fourth category is health and wellness. And this kind of just, encompasses everything that has to do with your health and fitness journey, your well-being. I think that health and wellness kind of goes in with personal growth and personal development. So, brain dump in all these categories. We'll spend some time doing this, and then you're going to kind of see some themes throughout them. After the brain dump, we're going to do something else. Emma, do you want to tell them what we'll do after the brain dump?
Yeah, and then so after the brain dump, we're going to talk about our intentional words for the year. Is that what you were kind of going into? So every year I and Lauren, a bunch of us choose words to kind of go off of. And when you're visioning what you want your year to look like, I really want you to think of 3 words that stand out to you that are action words. So like, fearless, intentional, worry-free, anything that will help your vision come to life, and any way you want to live, and really, thinking about your legacy, like what legacy do you want to leave behind? So what are the intentions in your life that you're wanting to focus on?
Yep. And when you do this brain dump, we'll do the words after the brain dump, because you're going to see those themes. Like you're going to see reoccurring themes, and that will help you kind of pick your words for the year based on all those other goals. So let's take the next like 7 minutes, and I'm going to play some music, get your pen and paper out, and brain dump. Again, the categories are personal development and personal growth, love and relationships, business or professional, and then health and wellness. So, and you can write as many things down as you want, and then we'll kind of like, you'll narrow in, get more specific on these things as you go. I'll just share like one of mine, for example, before we start to help you see how I did this. So like personal development and growth, I want to practice the 5-second rule and the Miracle Morning Daily. Those are both amazing books if you haven't read them. And they like those practices have changed my life. Now I'll be 100% honest. I can be inconsistent. Some days, some weeks I rock it and I'm really consistent. And then other times I'm just like, I forget that I ever even did it. So I want to be consistent in these areas. I want to read 12 plus new books this year. I want to eliminate unnecessary spending and save more. One of my action items that kind of goes along with that is I'm doing a January no buy. So this month I'm buying nothing besides like the daily essentials, food, gas, that kind of stuff. just to kind of challenge myself because the online shopping became a bit of a problem in December. And I want to watch the sunrise often. I put in personal growth and personal development because that's kind of like a meditative practice for me. And I can see the sunrise from my house. I just got to get my butt out of bed before the sun comes up. And that's something I want to do on a regular basis. So, what are the two other areas? I'll just go over them again. Personal development, personal growth, love and relationships, professional or business, and then health and wellness. Okay, so we'll go to 625 and then we will talk about our words. And as you're going through this, if anyone, like when I turn the music off, if anyone wants to share theirs, feel free. This is an open, safe space. You can share in the chat box, you can unmute, but just so you know. So let's do it. Okay. Music, where are you? I'm feeling love, made it go. This is the sound of my lungs. 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 Good time, I love you, Ashton. Got no love to be someone. Good time, that's alright. All I want is be left alone. Left alone, 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 left alone. Can I swallow blue felt brown? More than that, my sleep is wild. All I need is softened bones, breathe inside. Go to watch you figure out. Well, I'm freaking, I come down. And I take it out of lost, breathe inside. Go to watch you figure out. Well, I'm freaking, I come down. And I take it out of lost, breathe outside. Gonna fight them peaks and lows, hold them by the knees and bow. I can always feel this power, breathe outside. Oh, I tell you something more, what my brain is bleeding for, and it hurts my darling, but breathe outside. Gonna find them peaks and lows, hold them by the knees and bow. I can always feel this power, breathe outside. Oh, I tell you something more, what my brain is bleeding for, and it hurts my darling, but I breathe outside. You shine like a star. You know who you are. You're everything beautiful. Hot, hot like the sun, but only
need the most. Wish I knew you when I was young, but could have got so high. Now we're here, it's been so long. Two strangers in the bright light. Oh, I hope you don't mind.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a couple more minutes, but wrap up what you're doing. Hopefully you had a chance to kind of brain dump in those 4 areas, and you can always expand on this afterwards. Obviously I just want to respect everyone's time, but this is something that you should kind of dive deep into. So it might take a lot longer than 5 to 10 minutes. But you want to do these kind of steps in order, because otherwise you don't really have a roadmap for your vision board. So it starts with that brain dump, the goal, intention setting, and the 4 areas of your life. And now we're going to help you guys kind of pick words based on your goals and your intentions for the year. But does anyone first want to share? I shared mine for, what did I share? Personal development and personal growth. Does anyone want to share their goals for love and relationships? I know that's kind of like a kind of personal and intimate one. If not, I'm sure either Emma or I
can. I don't mind. For mine, I have 2 date nights a month, and that doesn't have to be like go out and spend money, but just intentional time where we are together, because I have 2 kids from a prior relationship, and he's is a bartender, so works crazy hours. And so when we do have the time together, I just want to make sure it's more intentional. And we want to take a pottery class together, or like some type of class. And pottery is something we just like to be artsy, and so that's something on our vision board to do together, is take like a pottery class together. And we actually looked up classes, and they're already all full, and I'm like, wow, they're very popular. So good to know that pottery classes are popular.
It's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Emma. Anyone else want to share? I really got you. Did anyone else raise their hand?
I'll share.
Go for it, Jamie.
Oh, sorry. Well, my husband and I are currently on a trying to conceive journey right now. And one of the things that I want to make sure of is that we don't let it drive us crazy. That, while we are trying to start a family, it doesn't consume us, that we still spend time with one another, actually communicating, going on walks. And it's not just about baby, baby, baby. And so I want to have like weekend morning walks with him, or just like, since the only time we do really spend with each other is on the weekends, just maybe having breakfast and spending a few times talking to each other about how our week went, things that we want to do, just spending more time out of the house, I guess, together.
That's awesome. And so if you're setting goals or intentions that involve someone else, make sure you also communicate with them and, say, hey, I really want more quality time with you. Outside the house, can we schedule this into our weekly routine or whatever? Make sure you have those types of conversations with people. Otherwise, those things may not happen. CheanieMatch.com. I love it. If this gives you any hope, Zach and I reconnected on Tinder. Did you know that? So it does work. I had met him one time in person before, but that's a tangent. So let's keep going. Does anyone want to share their business and professional goals for the year? Anyone?
What? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Okay. I have like a million business, personal, like financial goals. My personal financial goals this year, I don't know if I'll do it all in 1 year, but I want to pay off a couple $1,000s in debt, and I want to make at least, probably isn't a lot of money for some people, but I want to at least make $1,800 a month. So that will allow me to pay my bills, plus have spending money, plus
I think it broke.
Just make it. I want to have enough and some to spend. So I definitely want to be more financially abundant this year and be like even more of an entrepreneur.
That's awesome. Well, you're definitely on the right track, girlfriend. Um, cool. Well, here, I'll share my business goals real quick. And then I don't know, Emma, if you want to share yours. So I want to grow my local team of coaches. I'm really focusing in this year on growing my local tribe in Bellingham, the Pacific Northwest. I work with people all over the United States, Canada, and the UK, but I really want to focus in on my local tribe because I like to hang out with people in person, not just on Zoom, even though this is really cool and is so awesome that technology allows us to connect this way. There's nothing that can replace the in-person connection, right? I also want to help 15 clients enter the Beachbody Challenge. A lot of you might not have any idea what that is, but my girl Alexa, she's on the call right now. I've had 3 clients that have won the Beachbody Challenge, which is a cash giveaway that Beachbody gives away for submitting your health and fitness transformations, your story. And Alexa submitted her story to the Beachbody Challenge, and she was one of the monthly winners. She won $1,000. Hey girl, woo! I really want to help more people take advantage of that because, being rewarded financially for becoming a healthier and happier version of yourself is really just the cherry on top. Health is kind of the gift that keeps on giving, right? So I just want to help more people get healthy and enter that contest. I want to start blogging weekly. I have been blogging more, but stay tuned because I'm going to keep it rolling out. And in addition to blogging, I want to collaborate with more people and brands that I love. So if anyone is interested in collaborating this year, I'm putting it out into the universe that I want to collaborate with more awesome entrepreneurs and different brands that I really support and love. So those are some of my business goals. Anyone else real quick? Ashton's like, I'll share mine. Okay, Jeannie.
Okay, I have a few that's kind of scattered like normal for me. Number one is going to be qualify for the the trip for next year for 2019, the SC trip, because I've never like hit SC for like 2 months in a row ever. So I'm gonna hit it every month at least 5 this year. I'm gonna try for 10 every month. I'm gonna get 200 no's per month. That's gonna be my average because I don't even contact 20 people per month. So that's a huge step for me. I'm gonna create a narcolepsy blog that's gonna be revolved more around health and fitness, versus medication, because anybody that knows me knows I hate the medication that we have to be on, and to eat clean and to be working out, does so much for narcolepsy. It's unreal. And I also am going to write, I'm going to try to figure out I haven't researched it yet, but I want to write an ebook on it also this year, and have it done by the end of this year. That's what I have so far.
Awesome. Good stuff. I like it. Helping yourself while helping others.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we move on to health and wellness? Anyone want to share their health and wellness goals for the year?
I can start off by sharing mine.
Go for it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So my goal is to help more moms with health and fitness and helping more kids with Daily Sunshine. My kids are a really huge avid currently drinking Daily Sunshine, and I just want to spread that more to moms. And I guess it doesn't really have to do with my personal health and fitness, but I just feel good when I'm helping kids as well because I went to school for that, for those of you who don't know. And then also complete 80-day obsession and just have more self-discipline than I've had lately. I'm really healthy. I live a healthy lifestyle, but I want to test myself, and I feel like this workout program and just the nutrition side behind it is going to be a game changer for me, as well as a few other things that are coming out this year, like our company is coming out with like a program for binge eaters and things like that. And so really focusing on that and creating supportive groups to help go along with the things that I struggled with as well. So
Awesome. Yeah, and you guys feel free to drop your goals in the comments and I'll read them out loud. Michelle wants to actually start a new workout routine now that she's not traveling constantly, be able to run a 5K straight, which is easy for others, but so hard for me. Oh my gosh, 5Ks kick my butt. I remember when I was training for a 5K, me and Emma did a couple of 5Ks actually. So it's a great goal and it'll push you. And I ran the whole entire 5K and that was huge for me. And it was slow. Tammy, on the other hand, Tammy over here, she's goals. Tammy like runs so much. You can tell us in the chat box, Tammy, or unmute yourself. She's the runner. She can give you some tips on running. And Michelle, I'm curious, like, I want to know what's next for you in business. What are your business goals or your professional goals? I know you're going to be up to something good. Lisa wants to make it to the top 10 in the Beachbody Classic this year and do better than last year, win a Beachbody Challenge and win some money. Yeah, girlfriend. Submit your results, you guys. If you are doing Beachbody programs, make sure you're submitting your results to the Beachbody Challenge every single month. You can update your results every single month and enter one time a month. And Alexa can tell you she had to enter like 8 times before she won. But entering 8 times won her $1,000. So if you haven't won yet, keep submitting those results. I am too. I'm waiting for my day. Hopefully after 80-day transformation, or not 80-day transformation, 80-day obsession. Same, but different. I want to do 4 5Ks this year with times under 30 minutes, complete a Spartan race, and complete 4 Beachbody programs. Heck yes, Amber, get it, girlfriend. Work on healing my relationship with food and switch to plant-based living. Okay, these are great goals. You guys are all awesome. And like, I feel like this is one of the areas that, we typically goal set in. It's January. Let's set health and fitness goals, which is awesome. I love it. I'm all about it. But you guys just remember that if you fall off track at any point, every single day is a fresh start. You can always pick yourself back up and keep going. And one of my goals, I guess, in this category is to really practice better self-care. I mean, I do practice pretty good self-care, but I know that I can always be better. I can always be improving. So like better self-care to me is dry brushing every day, flossing, tongue scraping, drinking my Shakeology, less coffee, more water, regular bubble baths, monthly massages. Like those are my type of self-care things that I want to make sure that I'm doing on a regular basis. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad, but all of that goes into your health and wellness. And yes, tongue scraping is like a game changer. If you don't tongue scrape, go buy yourself a tongue scraper and start doing it, and you can like Google why. But there's a lot of toxins that are excreted through your tongue. So it's not only bad breath that's sitting on your tongue, you just have like toxic waste. It's just literally bacteria. So brushing your tongue doesn't do anything besides move the germs around. So if you scrape your tongue, you get all that crud off. You have way better breath, and it's good for you. Fun fact, right? Learn something new every day. Okay, so now we're going to move on to words. That was kind of a long little goal setting session, but you guys, awesome stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. So now that you've done your brain dump, let's choose 3 words that kind of encompass everything. What do you need to do, or what words are going to help you achieve all of the above? So let's spend 4 minutes. I'm going to play some music again, and let's spend 4 minutes like brainstorming those words, and then we'll share them.
What'll it be now, Mr. Mo? Whisper slow, thin curls will slow. Take a back seat, don't play Pharaoh. Dance with me and shake your bones. Slow down, society. Just been waiting.
So
Bring you down. Snake eyes, slide time can hold.
Okay, so take like the next 3 minutes, and based on your brain dump and all your goals and your intention setting, you're gonna pick 3 words that don't know, describe or are going to help you by focusing on these 3 words. It's going to help you achieve all of the above. So like, Emma, do you want to share like your 3 words from last year or as an example?
Yeah. So for like my 3 words last year were worry-free, present, and I can't remember the last one, but just things that and this year it's intentional and fearless, and I haven't picked my 3rd one because I it comes to me. I choose these things as they come, and so 2 of them have stood out to me so far, and I'm still choosing the 3rd. So relentless, driven, passionate, tenacious. So things that describe how you want to live out your year and the actions that you're taking throughout your year.
Yeah. So there's no right or wrong. You can pick 2 words, 3 words, 4 words.
And I will say, I was trying to look up on Pinterest to give you guys an example, but Danielle Laporte has a great resource, and I'm going to try and find it. But I have the book. It's in storage somewhere. But it has a huge list of words, like action words that I found really helpful. So when I find that, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, and feel free to just drop your words in the comments like you guys already are. It's awesome. And like maybe this will change, but these words should really resonate with you. And you're going to include these words on your vision board. And you're going to make your vision board based on all of those things that we just brainstormed, okay? So I promise, we're getting to that part. You're like, I thought this was a vision board party. We haven't even started our vision boards yet, but it's coming. This is all of the work that you got to do beforehand to really get clarity on what type of things you want to create in 2018. So another minute or so, and then we will keep on grooving.
Twitch their toes to black mambo. Slow down, society. She's been waiting to bring you down. Snake eye, a slight smile can hold you and shake you dry.
I have the book, Emma. Should I go get? Oh, she's not there. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I only have 2 words as well for this year. Mine are, first I put disciplined because I really do want to be disciplined this year, but I feel like discipline kind of has a negative connotation. So I changed the word to intentional, but by being intentional, I really want to be disciplined. And then my second word, why am I forgetting it? Written down, is consistent, as I really want to be consistent in all of the little things. I know that those little things make the biggest difference and will help me achieve all of the big things if I prioritize the little things. Okay, so let's read some of these words from the chat box. We got Michelle, intentional, introspective, and transformative. Brandy, consistency, worthy, practice. Kate, trusting, fearless, resilient. Jamie, bloom, transform, adapt. Brooklyn, one of her words is fearless. In my professional life, I get caught in what others think of my ideas, but this year I will just go with my ideas and not care what others think. Oh my gosh, Brooklyn, you are not alone. I find myself all the time just caring far too much about what people are going to think about trivial things. So share your ideas, share your voice, let it shine. People can take it or leave it. It has nothing to do with you. But you are not alone in that, let me tell you. Awesome. Okay, so now that you have kind of your words and some goals, we're going to get building. So there are a couple different ways you can actually build your vision board. You can do it on like a poster board with magazine cutouts, if that's your jam. I really do like doing a digital board for a few reasons. I mean, it's always fun to like get the magazines out and have, you know, an art project. So you could do that too. But the digital board is nice because it can never get lost. The years that I think in 2015 I made a physical board, and I don't have the physical board anymore, or I don't know where it is. So I can't reflect on it as easily. And Canva is a great way to make your board. Emma, are you there? I think she was going to give us a little Canva demo. But you can go ahead and open up canva.com, and if not, I can do it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I have it pulled up right here.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, Emma's going to show you guys kind of briefly how to use Canva, and then we'll spend, 10-ish minutes working on our vision boards, share what we've got, and then we'll do the giveaway.
Okay, so this is what I have so far. I know, I'm sorry, Ashton. Here, you want my phone? Okay, go take it. Okay, so, oh my goodness. She's usually not like this. She just is not feeling it. Yeah, do you want to take it, Lauren?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Leave your screen share up and I'll just so open Canva, and then you can pick a layout, and you can choose any of the layouts really. I would kind of suggest, it depends on where you want to use this. You could do a desktop size one. Like if you go, there's the screen before this. If you go to canva.com, it's going to have you pick a bunch of different layouts. And then once you go here, you go to elements. Click elements. Oh yeah, perfect. Thanks, Emma. Here, you just mute yourself, and then you can just move it while I'm talking. So if you go here, create design, you'll see a bunch of different options. Will you expand that? Press more. You can use a Facebook post. There is a desktop wallpaper under blogging and ebooks. So pick whatever one you want to do. We're not going to give you the full, Canva demo, but just a little brief overview here for those of you that might be new to this. And then, oh wait, go back to your other one though. Okay, and so then once you've picked your layout, you can go to elements. Is that what you did? Or did you go layouts? Grids, yep. And then you can pick one of these grids. Each one is like a photo spot, and then you just drag the grid over to your, canvas, and then it allows you to easily drag and drop photos in. And come up with visual representations of all of the things that you put on your goal setting. Yeah, so Emma was adjusting the picture. You can just double click on it. You can add text to all of these. So start with the images. Pinterest obviously is a great place to go, I feel like. You can also Google things, but yeah, just start creating a visual representation of what it is you want to create and do in 2018. And this will be something that you can kind of use as a reminder, because it's really easy to write goals in a notebook and then it kind of just gets lost until 2019. And you're like, oh crap, another year just flew by. So having the visualization aspect of it is really going to help you, is going to remind you of these things throughout the year, and therefore help you achieve them. Because if it's just a January thing, chances are it's not going to happen. We all know things take time and way longer than a month, okay? So you can stop the screen share, Emma. If anyone has questions about Canva, you can type in the chat box, but let's take the next 7 minutes again and work on our vision boards. And if anyone once again wants to share at the end, feel free. This is Emma's. It's awesome. I love it. You can kind of see some of her different things with her text, but yeah, fun stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play music and let's get to work. Staying in my paper tin where the fun ain't got no
Staying in my favorite tent where the fun ain't got no end. Staying in my favorite tent where the fun ain't got no end. Staying in my favorite tent where the fun ain't got no end. Oh, can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. Can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. Can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. Oh, staying in my favorite tent where the fun ain't got no end. Oh, can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time. Tonight, all the time. Tonight, all the time. To keep you on my mind. All the time. Keep you on my mind. I'm flying high like a bird, but my fluttering wings can keep you from pulling me down. Your mama says I'm a fool, and yeah, maybe that's true, 'cause I can't stop thinking about you.
Okay. So hopefully you got your vision board started. Obviously, it's probably gonna take a little bit more work. It's taken me like a while, just so you guys know. But if anyone wants to share, I'll just share mine really quick. I still need to add text to mine. Wait, where did it go? Hold on. But still, gotta start. And I might even switch out some images. I think it's really important that it doesn't need to be perfect. Like, it doesn't need to be like some professional graphic design, whatever. All that matters is that you have visual representations of what you want to create. I'm going to add text to mine, like I said. But I think it's important that the images you pick resonate with you and kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Resonate with you and, like, you know, push you to take action on these things. Like, it should inspire you when you look at this. It should make you feel good. It should fire you up. It should light your fire. It should kind of be that driving factor when you have to make those hard decisions, when you have to make sacrifice, when you have to practice discipline. When you look at this vision board, it reminds you why. You're like, okay, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is why I do the hard things. It's because I have a vision. I'm working on creating something more for my life, making a bigger impact, whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, that's my vision board. Like I said, I need to add text, sunrises, read more books, meditation, or my miracle morning, growing my local team, just images that kind of represent these different things, helping more people win the Beachbody Challenge, blogging more yoga 2 times a week, finish 80-day obsession, get outside more, start a family, more bubble baths, go hiking, take adventures in the bus, quality time with Zach, those kinds of things. Does anyone else want to share theirs? Totally cool.
I will say one thing too, for like couples, significant others, if you want to. This is the first year I've actually done one with my significant other, and well, it's our first year together as well. I didn't do these in my previous relationships, but I think that it's really cool. I mean, yesterday morning we were just laying in bed, we were making our vision board together. Oh, I love that. That looks so good. Yeah, so I think it's just really fun to talk about it, because then like we want to start singing together, which is like, I'm such a closet singer, but I love to sing, and he plays the guitar. So you just like think about things that you maybe wouldn't have talked about before.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea to also maybe do one for your family or with your partner, the things that you guys want to collectively achieve.
Or your kids, whichever, whatever you want to do. I think is really awesome. I think Bentley, he's 5, but we've started talking about his visions, and I'm, right now the things he wants are very like 5-year-old-ish, but it's fun, he's starting to think about it. So,
hey, I wasn't thinking about that when I was 5, so he's already like way ahead of me, which is awesome. That's what's really cool, is these habits and these practices can be passed down to our kids, and it's things that you can do with your family and kind of incorporate into a yearly ritual. And that's what it's become for me. It's a yearly ritual. And speaking of rituals, one of the last things I want to close with tonight is to encourage you to create a daily ritual with this vision board. It doesn't really do a whole lot for you if you spend time making a vision board and it just lives somewhere in cyberspace or in your camera roll. It becomes super powerful when you actually visualize this stuff every single day, which means you need to put this somewhere you're going to see it every day, which is why you should like looking at it, right? So either make it the desktop on your computer, make it a screensaver on your phone, print it out. If you print it out, I love putting things in the bathroom, because you're always in the bathroom. You're going to see it every day. But if you put it in like some room that you never go in, or, whatever, then it's not going to be as powerful. So put it somewhere that you're going to see it every single day. So as your goals change throughout the year, do you update your vision board throughout the year, change things on it? You definitely could. I typically don't. I try to get pretty clear about what it is I want to create, and not to say things don't change or not necessarily go according to my plan, right? They kind of will start to come to fruition in other ways. I've personally never, actually that vision board I shared, I did in September. So I guess I have done them multiple times a year in the past, but I typically just try to gain clarity on it for the year. And even if not everything on there ends up happening, or if I just end up changing and not wanting to do something or whatever, then it's okay. But typically I just do it once a year. Kate's going to set hers as her desktop background. I think that's great. Wherever you want to put it, but create kind of like a little daily ritual. If you practice a miracle morning, visualization is part of that. And it could be pretty, brief, a pretty brief but powerful visualization session of just thinking about how it's going to feel when you actually achieve these things, and focus on it, for a few minutes a day before starting your work day or before starting your life, like before you go and fill yourself up, and visualization is one of those ways. You could even play a song that pumps you up, or, some meditative music to kind of get into the right headspace. But if you haven't read The Miracle Morning yet, I highly recommend checking that out. But this is something that I kind of incorporate into my Miracle Morning routine. And it really helps me on the days, especially on the days that I'm not feeling it. Because, every day you're not going to wake up feeling like the top of the world, right? But you got to make a choice to either push forward, make choices and take actions that are going to help you feel better, or you can wallow kind of in your feelings and not make much progress. So, and like today was a perfect example of that, because, I think I want to talk about this really quick. I wasn't planning on it, but I think like, it can become January 1st and you're like, yeah, January, woohoo, let's do this. And then you get to 2018 and you're like, wow, I actually still carry everything with me, or a lot of the things with me from last year. I still have a lot of those same feelings. I still have anxiety. It's not like your anxiety and different things just disappear, right? And almost with this blank slate, as inspiring as it can be, it can almost be overwhelming and it can cause a lot of anxiety. And today I woke up feeling that way. I was like, oh my gosh, I have all these things that I want to do. It feels so big and almost overwhelming. Where do I even start? And I was like, gosh, I just don't even feel like doing anything today. But instead of just like wallowing and letting those feelings get the best of me, I went and worked out and I felt 10 times better. And then I just kept taking small actions that are going to get me closer to those bigger goals versus letting it feel so big and making me anxious. Anxiety comes from thinking about the past or focusing on the future. You got to just be in the moment and make the most of every moment, and make sure, if you're not feeling your best in the moment, is this moment aligning with your bigger vision? And you can always make different choices in the moment to align with your vision and to align with what you want to create in your life. Okay. But anytime you find yourself feeling anxious, ask yourself, am I thinking about the past? Or am I worrying about the future? And if you catch yourself in that trap, stop it right there and know that you can create magic in the present moment. One step, one day at a time. That's how this stuff happens. So any questions or anything anyone wants to share before we kind of wrap up and do the giveaway? Thank you guys so much for being on. Emma and I did this with our team and some of our clients, and we were like, why don't we just do this with everyone? This is like such a great activity. It can be really powerful, and I want nothing more than to see 2018 be a really great year for you, filled with gentle lessons, lots of highs, and, minimizing the lows, but at the same time, they're inevitable. So just remember that. And I'm sending you nothing but light and love as we move into this new year. Poor baby Ashton is not a happy camper, but thank you. She's like, no, I am not. Did she say that? I love her. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stop the recording and do the post-call giveaway. But once again, thank you so much for being on live.